Hey y'all, hope you guys are doing good out there. Alright, so today's video we're going to be talking about a extremely sensible, affordable, and very practical chest rig. There's a lot of companies out there that is going to try to sell you different types of chest rigs for hundreds of dollars. And granted, I'm not saying they're bad chest rigs, I'm just saying there's other options out there, especially if you have some mag pouches and maybe some other general purpose bags and everything else already. Okay, so with that being said, let's get right into it. So this is a Marine Corps issued flick. All right, so there is no difference between the Marine Corps one and the Army ones other than the color. And I did a SAT ones because there are multiple different colorations on these. All right, so this Marine Corps one is a little bit of a darker brown. Now the Army, they had a lighter tan. They had a BDU style, and towards the top here it was just all like a dark OD type green, which is probably what I should have got, but this one's good too. And they also had the hideous ACU. All right, so let's get into the reason why I like flicks so much. All right, other than having the most time with the flick versus any other type of ammo bearing type system, I like it because it keeps stuff thin and right next to you. Okay, so look at that. There's not a lot of space from where you're going to be wearing it inside the vest to where these magazines stick out. All right, so being thick is not always a great thing, guys. In fact, sometimes it can be an extreme hindrance towards operational movement. I know this from personal experience after 2 tours in Iraq, very long tours, wearing flicks on both times, and also trying out some other things. I figured out real quick and fast having magazines flat across here and not stacked up was the way to go if you could get it. Now, of course, back in the early years of GWAT, we did not have nearly as much aftermarket options as there is today. All right, like we had a few, but it wasn't necessarily the best. Now today, both the Army and the Marine Corps, they have the TAPS system, and TAPS system, it's not bad. I just think the flick is still extremely relevant, and personally I think it carries a little bit better, especially with the magazines. Yes, TAPS already has built-in magazine holders, but personally, I think if you get the right pouches, they do a little bit of a better job with it. Now, like I said, flicks were made to be worn over the soldier or Marine's body armor, but why is this still a relevant product for you civilians or prepare-minded citizens out there that may not even have body armor? All right, now I'm not against body armor, I'm just saying there's a time and a place for it. And also, let's be honest, if you want to get quality body armor, it's going to cost a lot of money. Okay, not just the ceramic plate and the carrier itself, but also the Kevlar that should be going behind that ceramic plate. All right, and I say ceramic plate for a reason. All right, so anyways, with that being said, this is made to be worn slick. That means I'm not going to have any plate carrier on. Okay, no type of armored protection. I know some of you are gasping out there, oh, but what if you get shot? Well, yeah, I mean, that is a consideration, but this is more set up for LARPing. And no, I don't mean playing with foam swords and scaring kids in the park. I mean long range reconnaissance and patrol, and also just being able to move a very long distance, maybe a little bit quicker, and not overheating, not hindering yourself with a lot of weight, and all that type of stuff. Okay, oh, and by the way, and to be able to carry some type of assault pack or a rucksack. All right, so let's think about it. Let's say the power grid went down, grocery stores are closed within 48 hours, emergency services are overtapped, they have no means of communication, gas pumps are down, so transportation, even for emergency services, start running dry after about a week. You may have some gas in your car, but do you really want to use it to go out somewhere at that point in time? Okay, so let's say power grid failure, everything is out. I'm not saying you should bug out, because I think being able to stay within your home, and if you have a few good friends around you, that's great. But at some point in time, you may actually have to go out into the wilderness and, I don't know, look for something. Maybe it be a mechanical part, maybe it be some type of other food source, who knows. So anyways, a flick is a really good idea and alternative for being able to go out and resource stuff, right? Recon stuff. On tap here, I have, what is it, 7 magazines? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, actually an 8th one right here. All right, so seven regular capacity magazines, and then a smaller 20 rounder. All right, and I like having the 20 rounder, so it gives you a little bit more options for shooting platforms. But anyways, you are not going to be overburdened with weight. Your back and your spine is not going to get tweaked as much. And yes, if you wear heavier body armor for longer periods of time, not just out at the range for about an hour, you know, when you're wearing nice soft shoes on level ground, if you're wearing it for a very long time, your back is going to be screaming. Yes, you can work out, you can do yoga, get that core done. Absolutely, do all that. But trust me, weight is weight and pain is pain. And hot spots, they just do not go away really quick or easy. And let me tell you, the older you get, the little bit longer the hurt lasts. Let's just put it that way. All right, so with a flick, you're cutting down a ton of weight. It is a lot easier to carry. All right, if you're running it slick, like I have presented here, without any type of plate system that goes underneath it, you can have a backpack or a rucksack for sustainment gear. All right, so like I said before, if you're going out and you are looking for food sources or whatever it may be, you may have to hump for a few miles. All right, maybe about 10 miles. This I can walk around with for 10 miles. With body armor, I can walk around with it that long and longer, and trust me, I have, and it freaking sucks. All right, this is a lot easier, and I can wear those sustainment packs to not just get me to where I need to go, but also to actually maybe have a little bit of room left to get the items I'm looking for and put them in there so I can bring them back to wherever my base camp or home's at. Okay, so let's go over mine real quick. I have a canteen pouch right here. Then I have a single, it used to be ACU mag pouch, just spray painted a little bit green. Got this triple mag pouch. Oh, and with that, as you can see here, I am, well, one of these loops is not secure, but the other one is, and all the rest of them are here. So the reason I did that and I didn't just separate them here and then here, because that's wasting a row of molly that, you know, I could put towards, you know, put an extra magazine here, which I did. All right, so it's okay to go over that zipper, especially if you have like a triple magazine pouch where you have plenty of other anchor points, okay? And then a couple other pouches, and then this double condor pouch. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but it suits my needs and purposes. And then a first aid pouch. All right, so another little tip: when you are carrying your weapon, I always recommend having some type of polymer magazines. All right, you know, like Magpool, you know, that's always a go-to. But there's some other good ones out there too, right? And I like to try to stay away from the metal ones. And here's why. It's not that they're not reliable and feeding, well, unless you get the older ones, and that's true. But that metal, it can make a little bit more noise than the polymer, all right? And especially when you're patrolling, and what I like to do is put like, all right, let's say we have an M4 with a magazine inserted in it. I like resting that magazine right here between my vest and these other magazines, okay? And the reason for that is because it takes a lot of weight off my back and shoulders, okay? or well, right around my neck area, okay? And it's a lot easier to have a little bit of weight across these really wide straps versus a thinner strap across your neck, okay? If you ever patrolled for hours on end with a weapon, you know what I'm talking about. You just don't want that thing dangling loose. Okay, why do I have this camo stuff on here? I don't know, I'm just kind of playing around with it. I think it adds a little bit of texture, breaks up the outline, doesn't really get in the way of anything. So why not? I don't know, if I want to spray paint these things later on, I can. You know, all I did was just weave in between the molly. Just an idea. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you all got something out of this, and if not, then cool, tell me why. Bye. Alright guys, so I just want to show you some pictures. So this is one of me in 2005 in Iraq with the DCU flick, and this one had double mag pouches, triple mag pouches, 203 rounds, frag grenades, flashbangs, nods, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, my mission set was a lot different than the scenario that I was telling you guys about earlier in this video. Alright, so that's also why the flick looks a little bit differently too. All right, thankfully, I only have to worry about a basic rifleman kit versus, you know, a 203 gunner that's meant to carry a ton of different ammo on them, okay? So remember, your main role in the scenario that I gave earlier would be to be able to walk and patrol long distances, recon an area, see if it has something that you need, be able to go and get it, hopefully by peaceful means. You know, so reconnaissance of an area is important, and then get the hell out, and if need be, retreat in case you run to any type of hostile forces. All right, so being cumbersome or being encumbered by a lot of weight is not the best way to go. You do not want people chasing you that may not have a lot of gear. It's okay to have a plate carrier and all this other stuff, but man, it sucks if other people are chasing you and you're already tired. So this is another picture of me in 2007 during the surge in Baghdad, and with that hideous ACU stuff. But anyways, as you can tell, really bulky, but it was okay because it fit our mission set. All right, did some room clearing, went after certain targets and everything, so that's okay. But like I said, for your mission, it shouldn't be going after targets and people. It should just be going after resources that you need and get back home, hopefully peaceably. All right, I hope you guys got something out of this. Please like the video, subscribe if you think it's worth anything, and leave comments down below. All right, deuces.